Before I go on with this video, I just want to say to all of the teams, the kidney team, the dialysis team, the district nurses when my mum was passing away, to the paramedics on that Friday and other paramedics that have been with my mum, to the staff within the A&E on that Friday, this in no way, shape or form is regarding these members of staff, because there's a lot of people that was involved with my mum that was absolute diamonds. As a family, we ain't like that. We went and took cards, but I have been wanting to talk about this well before my mum passed away, but out of respect for my mum, we all kept our mouths shut, because my mum's old school and my mum trusts doctors. She trusts what she's being told. Now, one of the questions that we've had for a very long time as a family is, how can someone have cancer as many times as my mum did and not see an oncologist? My mum never got the opportunity to talk to someone that fully understood the diagnosis that she was being given. Not only that, she never had the opportunity to meet other people that was going through the same journey and learn and understand what she might need. And everyone deserves that, every single person. Now, 2 years ago, many of you remember, I flew home and my mum had a lung removed for the cancer that she had. And it felt for a very long time that there was just taking parts and pieces away from my mum. There was no preventive therapy. There was no cancer doctor. Now, last year when I come to England, my mum got took in with pneumonia. She was very sick and that's how she ended up back on dialysis, right? So the toe cancer that she had got delayed. She was meant to have that removed before Christmas, but it ended up being after. Now, it was multiple surgeries as well, because they take a bit and be like, no, we need to take more. My mum actually, in the end, had no toe at all. And a question me and my sister asked in the room a couple of weeks ago is, don't you think, considering the aggressive cancer she had in the toe, that there should have been like checks because it had been left a lot longer? And there wasn't any. My mum found out that the lung cancer had come back. She had a PET scan. The cancer was in her neck, it was in her arm, in her bone, it was in her spine. And still, no referral to oncology. A few weeks before I flew over to England, my mum went into hospital because she was coughing up blood. She was losing blood clots, and it was while she was in that hospital stay that the biopsy was able to be done. And it was only because she was in hospital that she actually got given any pain relief at all, because obviously she had a lot of pain in her neck and her arm because that's where the cancer was. Now, stage 4 doesn't always mean that you're going to die tomorrow. People with stage 4 can live for years. They can go into remission. But my mum never got given the opportunity. Now, before I flew back, my sister and my dad said to me, you need to be prepared. Now, I see my mum every single day, multiple times a day on FaceTime, but that ain't the same as this, as seeing someone that you've knew your whole life in front of you, like there in front of you. And my dad said, just be prepared. When I walked through that door on Tuesday into my mum's bedroom before that hospital appointment, the floor could have fucking swallowed me. Oh well. And you know what I seen my mum taking? Paracetamol. What do you mean? That don't even get rid of a fucking headache. This is a woman that's got cancer all over. Now, when my mum got the results back for the cancer, autoimmune therapy was very thrown around, right? And it was giving my mum hope. On that Tuesday, we was going to get the results from the biopsy in her lung. After an hour, this is my mum who's in a wheelchair. This is a woman that can't even barely brush her hair, right? The pain that she was in. This is a woman that was literally losing weight rapidly. She wasn't eating. She was constantly throwing up. It was a rapid decline. The woman even writ that that she looked quite bad. When we went in there, this doctor didn't even know much about my mum. She was looking at notes from 2023. What do you mean you don't know the patient sitting in front of you? How is that even like bedside manner? Like that ain't professional at all. She didn't even know the multiple cancers that my mum had. She was just referring to her lung. I went outside with that doctor and I said, look, tell me straight, is my mum gonna die? Like, my mum is one of them people. She would want to know. And I do not want to hear you can't say that. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. Even the doctor we seen after my mum passed away said he would have said to my mum, like, look, you might have 3 to 6 months or whatever. Give us something so she could be prepared. She never got that. The doctor was like, I don't know if they'll offer treatment. I don't know. She couldn't really give us much because she had no fucking clue what was going on with my mum. We was fuming. Now, people would have saw me and my family at New Cross. I know people did because they was trying to approach me. We was an absolute mess that day. And she got referred to oncology 6 days before she died. 6 days. 6 days before my mum died, she got referred to oncology. This was a Tuesday. They phoned her on the Wednesday and said, come in on the next morning. I made a video we thought, okay, she's seen a cancer doctor, they're gonna give us something, like, some even fucking pain relief, do you know what I mean? Because palliative care didn't actually call us until after my mum had died. Nobody was doing anything until after the fact. Then they cancelled it. And he found out because Marcus, and this guy, bearing in mind, had just been given my mum. I ain't blaming him at all, because he didn't know her. You know what I mean? The book had been passed to him. And he was like, Marcus hadn't come back. Well, you can imagine, we were all devastated. Oh, we've got this hope, and then it's been took away from us. My mum even phoned one of the nurses and was like, you know, is this normal? Like, she wanted to, am I dying? No, the Marcus this, Marcus that, Marcus this. So my mum never got to get to her other appointment, but we did. We went there for my mum. On that Tuesday, she was given, they just grabbed them from the back, some little protein shakes, right? No pain relief. Literally, all she had was, when she went into hospital with the blood clot, was, you know, like codeine or whatever. She was on morphine at the hospital, but then they said she couldn't have that because of her kidney, but then someone else told us she could on that Friday when we went to the hospital, and I said, fucking give it her. As in agony, man. You know what I mean? And paracetamol in between. This is a woman that had cancer all over. Then on the Friday, everything went all funny on dialysis. She went into hospital, paramedics. She was amazing. Thank you so much, right? We're going to give you a blood transfusion. We're going to do this. Actually, no, we're just going to send you home. No pain relief. Just send you home. This is a woman that was very visibly, very, very, very in agony. Okay. My mum then went home, and we knew something was wrong, because she was like, oh, just lie here. My mum didn't want to lie in hospital, kid. As said from the beginning, like, oh, I want to be at home. Do you know what I mean? Even before this, like, you know your mum, right? My mum walked up, of the pain, right? But my mum was a very proud woman, and she got up them stairs and she went, just get me to bed. It's something that will live with me for the rest of my life. Me and my dad was behind. I was like, you don't know oxtail soup, Mum? No, get me to bed. Because we'd been talking about this oxtail soup. Me and my dad had gone and brought it out. She got into bed, right? And we sat talking for a minute. And then she just started sleeping, but it was different. And me and my dad was dead worried. We was awake all night watching, and she was unresponsive. That was it. She went into active death. On that Friday. The next morning, right, I'm like, right, we've got to call the palliative care team. Phone the palliative care team. Now, I ain't talking about the district nurses. I'm talking about the palliative care man, Steve, that come to the house. Now, bearing in mind, my mum had been pretty much unresponsive, but I don't know if anyone's ever heard of the last Lucy Satine death, where they can have births where they can kind of like be responsive. My mum responded to him a couple of times, and he was basically, he felt, you know, when we spoke, he'd be doing that to us. Honestly, I ain't in jail, right? But again, we ain't like that as a family. We've got more respect to act a certain way. He prescribed my mum medications as if like I would be going to dialysis on Monday. She was in active death. This is a woman that struggled for weeks in agony. She was in pain. You could see her, you know, twitching and twerking. She was in fucking agony. He prescribed her 20 mg. And if it wasn't for the district nurses that was coming and was like looking at it, because he was worried about a kidney, risk versus benefit. At this point, she's dying. Just give her the pain meds. Like, let's not let her suffer anymore. Even in death, we had to fight for a bit of fucking pain relief for my mum. And the district nurses got the doctor to come and re-prescribe, do the prescription again to put it up to 60. We had to run around for days while my mum was dying just to figure out prescriptions, because someone couldn't get it right because they wasn't listening to us. She was dying. She was in agony. She was, just because she responded. Don't even get me started. Me and my sister went to the appointment that my mum should have gone to, that she never made it to, right? And that doctor, he ain't to blame, but he did say to us that he would have answered a lot of questions my mum had, and she never got given that. She never got given the respect that she deserved. And I asked him 3 times, I believe I asked him, is it normal to not see an oncologist when you've had cancer that many times? Is it normal that more tests weren't done when a toll was left? He couldn't answer me. He just kept beating around the bush and giving me terminologies that I don't understand, because I ain't a doctor. Now, I don't want anything from this but change and accountability, and that the same mistakes don't happen again, because watching someone you love more than we love our mum die and failed is really fucking hard, and it can't happen again. There'll be more from this, but I know there's other families that have gone through it. More needs to be done for cancer patients.